Chen traveled through parallel worlds, transforming from a state banquet chef to a police academy student. In order to earn money and raise tuition fees, I started part-time setting up snack stalls during winter vacation, but I didn't expect the food to be so delicious that even the criminals were attracted to it. On the first day, a heavily wanted criminal infiltrated the team. The next day, a pickpocket group arrived in the team. On the third day, 2 drug traffickers arrived in the team. A-level wanted criminal. I've been running to 8 provinces and I'm so hungry I can't bear it anymore. I'll eat until I'm full before running away. Pickpocket Leader. There are many people at this booth, so it's easy to get started. Drug dealer boss. This thing is even more addictive than crystal meth. Send someone to study and research it. Looking at a criminal caught from a snack stand, the police officer was confused. Can you just set up a stall and take the initiative to deliver it to your door? Classmate cried. They are all part-time jobs during winter vacation. Why do you have so many medals? The school leader was surprised. As a student, why do you have a higher police rank than me? Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 3. Food matching, delicious and delicious, unreal. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After browsing through the counselor's messages, Chen casually put away her phone, looking up at Zhou Hua casually. With this look, he immediately froze. Has it been a few days since I last ate anything? Just give me a message. In less than 5 minutes, this product has almost finished 10 chicken legs. The whole person rolled their eyes, as if choking to death, standing under the street lamp, holding the pole with your left hand and pounding your chest with your right hand. The sound of thumping and pounding was a momentary shock to the passers-by next to them. Crouching slot, is it really okay to beat like a drum? What kind of top-tier cook is this? 10 chicken legs can be flaunted with just a few clicks. Who has water? Don't choke on this thing. It seems that he is really hungry. Eating is like escaping. I feel like giving him a pig. He can also finish 3 bites. Even Zhang Qi, who had just queued up, planned to take her best friend to buy a bottle of water because she was quite close. Seeing this scene, Chen frowned. This group of diners were unaware of the real situation and thought that Zhou Hua was a person who had just lost his wife and children. During the Chinese New Year, middle-aged people who have to travel to other countries and work in poverty, one by one, he insisted on going up to watch the excitement, and even some people wanted to bring him water. So close, it's too dangerous. If the plainclothes arrive later, and this cargo detects something is wrong, when the time comes, hold a pistol and launch a violent assault, taking hostages. I can't even run in time. Maybe there will be a few more lives. This outcome, he doesn't want to see, but how do we deal with the person in front of us? Thinking of this, Chen calmly brushed a little oil on the roasted chicken legs, starting to recall the experiences that senior police officers often talked about in the group. To act bravely in righteousness, we must also talk about strategies and protect ourselves in order to effectively combat criminals. When facing extremely vicious criminals, it is necessary to evacuate the crowd first. Find all the tools around you that can be used. Police officers need to be brave, but most importantly, they need to be wise. Use all tools to fight wits and courage. As she reminisced, Chen's eyes became brighter and a thought came to her mind. Turning his head to look at the kettle on the control panel, inside is a large pot of thick chrysanthemum tea. Night market vendors, especially those who set up barbecue stalls, I usually have to be busy until late at night to rest. The temperature of the grill is high, making it sweat profusely and causing severe water loss. Thirsty and sleepy, almost every snack stall owner will bring a large kettle, brew their favorite tea, and take a big sip during rest, refreshing, relieving fatigue and thirst. Chen also prepared one for herself and brewed a large pot full of chrysanthemum tea. At this point, delivering water to Zhou Hua can not only interrupt the behavior of surrounding diners coming up to deliver water to Zhou Hua, but also, you can also give him a weak aura. You should know that chicken is hot and chrysanthemums are cold. Eating two together is likely to cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Eating less is not a problem, but what if you eat 20 big chicken legs and a big pot of thick chrysanthemum tea? Moreover, this person has been running for 5 days and nights. Seeing him eating chicken legs, one can tell that he didn't eat much along the way, so there must have been no oil or water in his stomach. Eating so much grilled chicken legs and binge eating can also cause a rapid increase in blood sugar levels, increase the burden on the gastrointestinal tract, leading to nausea, vomiting. Thinking of this, Chen picked up salt and sprinkled it on the roasted chicken legs. Then he approached Zhou Hua with a kettle and 10 roasted chicken legs, with a harmless smile on his face. "Uncle, take a sip of water and stop choking." Zhou Hua on the side was caressing his chest and feeling relieved when he suddenly noticed someone approaching him. I was also startled. Immediately, he extended his right hand to his waist. After discovering that the person coming was the college vendor, I relaxed a bit. This kid's smile is so innocent. He shouldn't have any bad intentions, right? Looking at Chen's bright smile, Zhou Hua realized that he really needed water. Then he took it over and took a big gulp. "Thank you, boss. You're such a nice person." Zhou Hua was eating roasted chicken legs and drinking chrysanthemum tea, feeling incredibly happy inside. It's so great. These days, like a lost dog, I have been surrounded and intercepted by these police officers. If I didn't have a gun in my hand and could have killed and robbed cars all the way, I'm afraid I would have been caught. Even now, in the provinces where I have been, the local police station still circulating my wanted list, wanting to set up checkpoints to intercept me. The task force also spoke harshly, stating that they must catch themselves within a week. Hehe, it's just a dream. They must have never imagined that with the help of a few drug friends, they had already detoured back to Kunming. I am currently enjoying delicious food and spicy food. After finishing eating, make some money and find a place to hide for a while, wait for the wind to pass and the border to relax. Then go to Snakehead to illegally cross the border. I'm afraid when I arrive in Thailand, those police officers will foolishly search for me in China. Thinking of this, Zhou Hua's appetite opened up and he tore at a large piece of chicken. Turning his head, he glanced at Chen's snack cart with a hint of greed in his eyes. The business is so good, I believe it must be very profitable. On the other side, Kunming City Police Station, all members of the Special Task Force for the 131 murder case sat in the temporary office, each with a tired face, analyzing the latest trends. On the table were already cold boxed meals and bags of espresso. It can be seen that almost everyone just took a few bites of food and then devoted themselves to work. Is there any news from Sichuan province? According to the clues, the last one was in Sichuan province. The brother units over there are investigating, but there is currently no news. The brother units at the border have not found any clues either. They have been conducting high-intensity patrols day and night for 5 consecutive days. A lot of smuggling was discovered and a drug dealer was arrested, but there was no news of Zhou Hua. It's strange, where did this person go? Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 1. From a state banquet chef to a police academy student. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Parallel Worlds, Kaiyun Province, Kunming City, at 8 o'clock in the evening, the lanterns are shining brightly. As the new year approaches, the entire city is filled with laughter and joy. As the busiest snack street in Kunming City, Nanxiang Snack Street is no exception. After a busy year, almost everyone chooses to reward themselves with delicious food. On the entire snack street, pedestrians often come and go. In front of each vendor, there was a crowd of diners, happily ordering their favorite food, and a street corner vendor, although located in a remote area, has the largest number of people queuing up among them. Boss, I want a grilled chicken leg and I'll have it here. Boss, I need 2, pack them up and take them away. Boss Sue, why is the stall set up so late today? I'm almost starving. Boss, even if you're so handsome at a young age, why is your cooking skills so amazing? I want to marry you now. Boss Sue, think about it. Sister has a car and a house, and she even has a dowry upside down. In front of the snack stall, Chen glanced at the group of young ladies in front of her who wanted to cheat on food and drink. silently taking out the basin. He counted 10 chicken legs with iron skewers from inside. With a flick of their wrist, the chicken legs fell evenly onto the carbon grill like scattered flowers in the rain. "Don't worry, it'll be ready in 20 minutes. Chen felt the temperature of the flames inside the grill and skillfully took out a phone that kept ringing from her pocket. "Next, open a QQ group called Class 1, Grade 1 of Criminal Investigation Major, Counselor at all students. Students, as the new year approaches, criminal activities are quite rampant, especially in our province. As a border province, there are many fugitives leaving the country. If a classmate encounters a criminal, remember to teach you how to call 110 as soon as possible and seek help from your senior brothers and sisters. If it's inconvenient to speak, just send me a message, instead of risking oneself." Did everyone hear that, counselor? Rest assured that I am working on a winter vacation in the dense snow and ice city next to our school, which is very safe. Me too. Across from the convenience store where I work is the police station. There won't be anything wrong. Counselor, don't worry. I always remember the phrase, to act bravely, one must also talk about strategies and protect oneself in order to effectively combat criminals. Chen, I remember you seem to be setting up a stall on the snack street. You also need to be careful. With more people, there will be more pickpockets. After browsing all the messages in the group, Chen put away his phone. Looking up at the greasy roasted chicken legs on the grill, I silently sighed. 3 days ago, as the most talented chef in the history of the Chinese culinary industry, he dropped out of school at the age of 8 and, under the guidance of a renowned teacher, studied cultural courses while shaking the spoon. After 10 years of hard work and just reaching the age of 18, I became a top chef specializing in state banquets. Before we had a chance to celebrate, we traveled across this world as a whole. The man who was crossed, also named Chen, also coincidentally looked exactly like him. Even the birthmark is in the same position. If it weren't for the different experiences he had since childhood, he would have doubted whether this was his own parallel world. Once you come, let it be. After Chen crossed over and adapted for a day, quickly transitioning from initial panic to accepting reality. After all, it's better to enjoy life when you've worn it all and can't go back. In the next 2 days, Chen has been organizing information. Fortunately, the original body was a standard orphan with extremely simple social relationships. I have just turned 18 this year and am studying at the Kaiyuan Provincial Police Academy. I am a first-year freshman. In addition, I work part-time during holidays to earn tuition and living expenses, and I am not very familiar with my classmates yet. Therefore, Chen quickly adapted, and started doing the same job as before, part-time to earn tuition fees. After all, for Chen, he dropped out of school at the age of 8 to study at home, and his heart still yearned for college life, especially as a police academy student, thinking that school would start in half a month. Chen couldn't help but feel motivated. Yesterday I earned 1,000, today I earned 2,000. Make 33,000 yuan in half a month and earn enough for 3 years of tuition and living expenses. Thinking of this, Chen looked at the roasted chicken legs in front of him and skillfully picked up the seasoning on the side and sprinkled it on, accompanied by the fusion of seasoning and roasted chicken legs. In an instant, a fragrance spreads around the snack cart, and the air is filled with the sweetness of honey, the greasy taste of chicken legs, and the charming aroma of spices. Smelling the smell in the air, Chen felt almost there. Pick up the chicken legs and place them on the platform in front of you. Scan the QR code to make the payment. It's 35 yuan each. As the words fell, the diners at the front couldn't wait to start paying. Boss, it still has to be you. It's so delicious. Hurry up and give me one. Zhang Qi, I'll just say this restaurant is delicious. Yesterday, the owner just set up a stall, and I noticed his cooking skills. Cut, I see you're captivated by the boss's handsomeness. I'll ask you if it smells good, right? It's really delicious, boss. I want 3 grilled chicken legs. As diners began queuing up in an orderly manner to make payments, a middle-aged man wearing a mask in the team made an disharmonious sound. Boss, I haven't eaten for 2 days just to make my way, and I'm almost starving. Can you sell it to me first? I want to eat 20 grilled chicken legs. I'm also hungry. I came to queue at 6 o'clock and waited for 2 hours. Why should I let you eat first? Besides, if everyone is like you, why are we still queuing up at the forefront of the team? A girl wearing a thin cotton jacket, about 1.6 meters tall, who looked soft and weak, gathered the courage to retort, but soon, he was pulled by his companion and his clothes were torn. Zhang-Chi, look at him like that, he must be really hungry. Upon hearing her companion's words, Zhang-Chi carefully looked towards the middle-aged man standing behind her. I saw the middle-aged man looking as if he was about to collapse, wearing a mask and a down jacket, covered in stains. Even the shoes under my feet were dirty and unsightly. A pair of eyes kept staring at Mr. Su's roasted chicken legs, swallowing saliva crazily. How many roads did this person catch? Looking at the embarrassed middle-aged man, Chi-Chi's tone softened a bit. How many roads did you rush? Are you so hungry? Over 3,000 kilometers, spanning 8 provinces. The middle-aged man stared at the roasted chicken leg, licked his lips, and blurted it out. Upon hearing the middle-aged man's words, the crowd instantly became calm. More than 3,000 kilometers, spanning 8 provinces, you're amazing, buddy. Brother Lulu, are you playing Big Escape Kill? Why are you in such a hurry during the Chinese New Year? Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 2. Teacher, I seem to have discovered a wanted criminal. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What else can I do when I go to work in Thailand? Don't accompany your wife and children. Wife and children. They died 5 days ago. At this moment, the middle-aged man was smelling the fragrance and feeling a bit hungry, unable to resist it. This taste is too fragrant. I have been running for 5 days and 5 nights, crossing mountains and valleys, enjoying meals and camping. I can't eat enough, dress warmly, and sleep well. He has now reached the brink of collapse in both physical and mental strength. In this state, wanting to cross the tight border is like a pipe dream. Fortunately, those police officers still think they are in another province and have focused their attention on the provincial boundary. Give yourself enough time to catch your breath. Adjust your state, based on the belief that the most dangerous place is the safest place. He decided to return to Kunming City first, eat and sleep until he is full, nourish himself, and then run away. I didn't expect to come to the snack street and see this barbecue stall. At the end of the street, it is remote enough to observe the surrounding situation at the first time, and the boss is still a teenager, looking like a part-time college student with low risk. Even if there is danger, one can definitely take hostages themselves. Most importantly, this boss's roasted chicken legs are too fragrant. If I go to Thailand, I probably won't be able to taste this delicious food in my lifetime. I can only eat Savatica every day. Thinking of this, the middle-aged man swallowed his saliva, crazy twitching his nose. He began to urge in the team. Boss, 20 chicken legs, can we hurry up? I have to hurry to catch the boat. Upon hearing the inquiry, Chen did not directly agree and asked the customer in the front row, what do you say? If there's no objection, I'll let him cut in the queue. I don't mind, Mr. Su, you can sell it to him first. Zhang-Chi looked at the middle-aged man and dragged his best friend out of the team. After Zhang-Chi walked out, the others looked at me, I looked at you, and all nodded. Boss, he's so pitiful. His wife and children have all died. If you cut in line, just cut in line. You're right, during the Chinese New Year, if a family cannot reunite and has to go to work in a foreign land, let him eat first. I don't mind either. This guy has been running for over 3,000 kilometers in a row, spanning 8 provinces. He must be very hungry. Yeah, my brother still needs to hurry to work in Thailand by boat, so we can't delay the time. After a group of people finished speaking, they walked out of the team. The middle-aged man also walked up to Chen, took out a handful of money, rolled his Adam's apple, and said. Boss, this is 700 yuan. Hurry up with 20 chicken legs, eat 10 here, pack 10. After speaking, He put the money into the payment box of the snack truck. Good Suchen agreed and prepared 10 grilled chicken legs. When handing it to the middle-aged man, Len Buting met his eyes. Muron, a familiar feeling appeared in Su Chen's mind. Strange, how does it feel like this person has been seen there before? Looking at the middle-aged man grabbing the chicken leg and wolfing it down on the side, Su Chen rubbed his head. In these 3 days, in order to familiarize oneself with the environment faster, he sorted through all his original interpersonal relationships and browsed through all the information. He is very certain that he doesn't even know this person, but that gaze looked very familiar. I have definitely seen it myself. Where have you seen it before? Su Chen frowned, and photos came to mind one after another. As I pondered, soon, a shadow appeared in Su Chen's mind. My wife and children have all died, spanning 8 provinces. I ran over 3,000 kilometers in 5 days. Hurry up to Thailand. Isn't this the information about A-level wanted criminal Zhou Hua that the counselor posted in the class? 5 days ago, I accidentally killed my wife and children due to drug use. During the process of running, killing and robbing the car added 3 more lives. Most importantly, this guy even attacked the police and grabbed a handgun. Extremely harsh in nature, the level of danger is very high. As soon as this case was discovered, it quickly received high attention from the local police. In less than an hour, a special task force for the 131 major murder case in Kuan City was established, and in the first instance, the border was tightly sealed off. The Ministry of Public Security has also issued an A-level bounty order, with a reward of up to 100,000 yuan. But this person is quite cunning and knows that the border will be under martial law. I didn't leave the country in a timely manner, but instead, like a mouse, I ran east and west. Thanks to the large circulation of Spring Festival travel in various provinces during the festival, we have traveled to 7 provinces, but we still haven't caught them. Adding Kaiyun province, isn't it just 8 provinces? But the teacher said in the group that Zhou Hua should be in Sichuan province at this time. Did you run back again? It's just that the speed of internet dissemination is not as fast yet. So I fell behind in my news. Thinking of this, Su Chen calmly placed 10 roasted chicken legs on the grill, skillfully took out his phone and clicked on the counselor's QQ. Miss Ping, do you remember Zhou Hua? Zhou Hua. Su Chen, you're referring to that A-level wanted criminal. Did you meet him? The counselor quickly replied to the message. By the way, Sister Ping, I found a customer at my stall who met all the requirements, most likely Zhou Hua. On the other end of the phone, Zhang Pingping, who was about to rest, suddenly woke up. Her students are likely to have discovered the wanted criminal, and he is also an A-level wanted criminal with a gun. It's too dangerous. As for whether Su Chen was joking or not, Zhang Pingping had no doubt. After all, the cost of police academy students reporting fake police officers is even greater than that of ordinary people. Who would do this except for a mentally disabled person? When the surveillance checks, everything will be known. Moreover, as a police officer, what I'm afraid of is just in case. Thinking of this, Zhang Pingping quickly sent a message asking for the address. Where are you? I need a detailed address. Upon hearing the counselor's inquiry, Su Chen sent a location message. As the message was sent, across from the phone, the input was constantly displayed. For a long time, a text pops up in the dialog box. Su Chen, you did a great job. Next, you can continue to roast chicken legs for him. Don't act rashly. To prevent him from acting recklessly and causing him to engage in extreme behavior of holding hostages with a gun, I will report this matter immediately. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 4. Black Under the Light. Too arrogant. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Listening to the communication among the team members, Zhang Huaimin, the deputy leader of the task force, rubbed his eyes. In his demeanor, there is a strong fatigue. He hasn't slept for 3 days and 3 nights. Just 5 days ago, as the whole country was preparing to celebrate the holiday, an extremely serious murder case occurred. Drug dealer leader Zhou Hua has hallucinations while using drugs and brutally kills his wife and children. After waking up, not only did he not repent, But he went to the bank's ATM machine to grab money with a knife and run away, stabbed 2 people on the spot and is still lying in the hospital's intensive care unit, and while running, assault the police and seize the gun, killing and seizing cars. A family of 3 suffered from it: drug use, drug trafficking, murder, robbery, assaulting police officers to seize guns. Any one of them is a very serious criminal act. The nature is extremely harsh, the social harm is extremely high. This kind of person is like a time bomb. Even if 1 second goes unpunished, there is a possibility that innocent people may suffer. The authorities have already issued a death order, requiring Zhou Hua to be arrested and brought to justice within a week. As a drug dealer, Zhou Hua is very cunning, taking advantage of the high foot traffic and limited police resources during festivals, aimlessly running around the country. In addition, the means are ruthless, and every time a car is taken, it must be silenced without leaving any witnesses, causing the police to lose leads several times. The latest clue shows that this person is on a mountain at the border of Sichuan province. After discovering clues, the task force quickly coordinated with brother units to search the mountains and set up checkpoints to intercept them, but this person seems to have disappeared out of thin air once again. If we let him run away again this time, thinking of the consequences, Zhang Huaimin punched the table heavily. His grandmothers, send another batch of police dogs to Sichuan province, change the 3-shift pursuit to 2-shift, gather the number of people, and increase search intensity. Coordinate with the border defense, let the brother units of the border defense hold on a little longer, increase the intensity, and continue patrolling. I don't believe it yet. If he can go up and down, he won't be able to do it. Just as Zhang Huaimin was arranging orders in an orderly manner, his phone rang. It seems that Jianren is Zhang Pingping, a teacher at the Kaiyuan Provincial Police Academy. When I was invited to give a speech, it was she who was in charge of receiving me. I casually exchanged my contact information, but I haven't had much contact on a regular basis. Why did you suddenly call me? Is there something wrong with the school too? Zhang Huaimin frowned and pressed the answer button. When he heard what Zhang Pingping was saying on the other end of the phone, my eyes immediately widened. What? Zhou Hua may be eating at Nanxiang Snack Street. Upon hearing Zhang Huaimin's exclamation, the people in the conference room were also stunned. What is the situation? Isn't Zhou Hua in Sichuan province? How could he eat at Nanxiang Snack Street? How dare he? Too disrespectful of the police, right? On the other end of the phone, Zhang Pingping repeated the detailed information that Su Chen had said. Zhang Huaimin's eyes widened even wider. I stood up in a daze. They all knocked their coffee cups onto the ground. My wife and child have died. I ran 3,000 kilometers in 5 days, spanning 8 provinces. Hurry to Thailand. Zhang Huaimin had a 70.8% confidence in his heart, most likely Zhou Hua. It is highly possible to play with the police and run back to Kunming to avoid being searched. It's just that even he didn't expect it. The snack vendor turned out to be a student from the police academy. Fortunately, teacher Zhang posted photos of wanted criminals in the group, recognized by this student. This is really like hitting the muzzle. Zhang Huaimin's spirit was instantly shaken. I will verify immediately and arrange for someone to come over. After finishing speaking, I hung up the phone and looked at the members of the task force. A burst of joy erupted in his eyes. Immediately bring out the surveillance footage of Nanxiang Snack Street. Yes. A young police officer quickly opened his computer and had his colleague transmit a picture of Nanxiang Snack Street. When Su Chen's snack stand appeared on the large screen in the conference room, almost in an instant, everyone in the conference room recognized Zhou Hua. Although there is only one silhouette, but for the members of the task force, even if they turn into dust, they can immediately recognize it. These 5 days and nights, they have already engraved Zhou Hua in their minds. Every day when I open my eyes, I see Zhou Hua's basic information. Close your eyes and dream of Zhou Hua. In the picture, Zhou Hua bought 10 chicken legs and walked aside to eat them. It seems like I'm choking, pounding my chest and feet. There are also people nearby who are going to convenience stores to buy water and are going to deliver water to Zhou Hua. Seeing this scene, the police officers instantly became nervous. This person is a wanted criminal who kills without blinking an eye. It's too dangerous to get so close. Besides, he still has a gun in his hand. Just as everyone was on edge, Chen walked up to Zhou Hua with chicken legs and a kettle in hand. Instead of enthusiastic crowds delivering water, several approaching crowds were blocked outside. Zhou Hua also instantly put his hand to his waist, he wants to touch the gun. In the conference room, Zhang Huaiming immediately guessed Zhou Hua's intention. Feeling nervous inside, I sweated hard for the younger generation of this police academy, but surprisingly, this young generation is very stable and very clever, almost handing water to Zhou Hua with a smile, combined with his youthful face, which had just turned 18, Zhou Hua's vigilance was instantly dispelled, being brave and strategic, knowing how to use one's identity, and maintaining a stable mindset to help wanted criminals relax their guard are good candidates. Watching Zhou Hua squatting on the ground, enjoying a bite of meat and a sip of water, combined with the movement of lowering the waist with the right hand just now and the basic information mentioned by Zhang Pingping, Zhang Huaimin already has a 99% confidence. Thinking of this, Zhang Huaimin's eyes lit up like a torch. Immediately block all exits in Kunming City. I will enter Nanxiang Snack Street in batches for my plain clothes. The special police are on standby 2 streets away, snipers occupy the high ground, notify negotiation experts to prepare for entry. I have only one request. To bring Zhou Huaxing to justice while ensuring the safety of the people. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. Men's Sixth Sense, Weakness and Buff Birth. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. After Zhang Huaimin issued the order, the entire Public Security Bureau is almost fully mobilized: bulletproof vest, finger tiger, electric baton, pistol, sniper rifle. I almost brought everything I could. Everyone was holding their breath in their hearts, and this time they had to be caught by Zhou Hua. A few young police officers are also planning to quietly give Zhou Hua an electric baton, adjust him. After all, this product is too hateful. Approaching festivals, with an increase in foot traffic, the workload is already heavy. Maintain public order, catch pickpockets everywhere, and handle public alarm information. All the police officers are so tired that they can go back to bed every day and sleep, looking forward to the stars and the moon. I finally have to wait until the holiday break. As a result, Zhou Hua, this bastard, emerged, drug trafficking, assaulting police officers for guns, killing people for cars, shocking the whole country. All right now, all the police in the city can't rest anymore. All of them have been transferred back to patrol duty and cannot take any leave. Many police officers only sleep for less than 4 hours every day, unable to eat well, unable to sleep well. I also have to worry about this bastard taking a chance to kill someone. Even police dogs are too tired to chew on bones. As everyone worked overtime to search for clues and braved the heavy rain to search the mountains, Zhou Hua, this bastard, came under a dark light and fled in the opposite direction. Returning to Kunming City, I leisurely ran to the busiest Nanxiang Snack Street, sipping chicken legs and tea. Just like Mr. Tay, it's too annoying. Damn it, we must catch him no matter what this time. Thinking of this, the driving police officers clenched the steering wheel and pressed the accelerator all the way down, heading towards Nanxiang Snack Street at full speed. On the other side, Nanxiang Snack Street, at this point, Chen had already been pulled into a group by Zhang Huaimin. With the strength of a state banquet chef, playing with his phone on his left hand, he posted dynamic messages about Zhou Hua in the group, and grilling chicken legs on his right hand, glancing at the team in front of him from time to time. The entire set of operations was 6 to fly. Before long, a tempting aroma emerged again. Almost no need to shout or sell, and 350 yuan has been received. This appearance fell into the eyes of Zhou Hua, who had been observing him all along. More relaxed vigilance. The skilled movements of playing with mobile phones make it easy to frequently play with them. This face is definitely just an adult. It's definitely a simple group, without any danger. When he saw that Chen easily got 305, Zhou Hua's eyeballs were about to burst into sparks. People are more popular than people. I am fortunate enough to have worked hard in drug trafficking, and at the risk of getting shot, I guess I only earned as much as him. There must be a trick to this roasted chicken leg. Not only will we grab this kid's money later, but we'll also get the secret recipe in our hands. When I go to Thailand, I'll add crystal meth to the chicken legs. The taste will definitely be great. Business must be very good. I've made a lot of money and play 10 Savatica monsters every day. Thinking of this, a faint smile appeared on Zhou Hua's face. Approaching the snack truck, he got close to Su Chen. Little brother, your business is quite good. You should be able to earn a lot of money in one night, right? Uncle, it's just fine. Su Chen showed a standard smile and replied. The movements on the hands did not stop, quickly chatting in a group called 131 Extraordinary Murder Case Task Force and sending messages. Zhou Hua came to me and asked me how my business is doing. In the group, a group of police officers quickly analyzed the situation. Elementary school brother, Zhou Hua probably has an eye on you. If you want to rob, try to hold off and don't sell your stall. Yeah, elementary school brother. Zhou Hua usually needs to be silenced when robbing. You need to pay attention to your safety. Junior, plainclothes have entered the field, and the sniper is looking for a sniper spot. Don't be nervous. Watching Zhang Huaimin's final message, Su Chen also relaxed a bit. Glancing up at the surroundings, it turned out that there was an increase in foot traffic. Some pedestrians hold delicious food in their hands, but their eyes occasionally scan towards them. The whole process is quite natural. If I hadn't known about plainclothes entering, I probably wouldn't have noticed. Watching the plainclothes getting closer and closer, Su Chen's expression became more natural. But he didn't relax his guard at all. In his heart, still passionately chatting with Zhou Hua. A person who wants to establish a relationship will kill and steal the secret recipe for a while. A person who wants to drag and wait for the sniper to get in place. Therefore, the scene is very harmonious, with smiles on both faces. A wanted criminal, a police academy student, chatting quite enthusiastically. Just as Zhou Hua saw the time was ripe and was preparing to set chicken legs, was there any secret recipe? Suddenly, there was a hint of panic in his heart. The whole person began to feel anxious for no reason. Is there a danger? Zhou Hua placed his right hand on his waist. 10 years of drug trafficking, coupled with these 5 days and nights of escape, he has already dealt with the police countless times. It's not an exaggeration to say that Zhou Hua is more familiar with the police than he is with himself. Just like police dogs can smell drugs, he can also smell the smell of the police. Every time he is about to be caught by the police, he relies on this vigilance to escape pursuit, not afraid of 10,000. Just afraid of the unexpected. Zhou Hua looked around cautiously and prepared to run first. As the gaze scanned, he was completely shocked. After seeing the surrounding environment with a mindset of, there are always police officers trying to catch me, Zhou Hua quickly came to a conclusion. The plainclothes are here, I have been exposed, and it was also surrounded. Zhou Hua was a panicked horse, his eyes spinning left and right. Insert your right hand into your waist. Getting closer and closer to Su Chen, prepare to take hostages and negotiate with the police. Seeing Zhou Hua suddenly end his conversation and want to pull out a handgun, Su Chen also realized the situation. Zhou Hua discovered the police. I still want to hold myself hostage. Thinking of this, Su Chen's heart lifted. Pretend to be unaware, put chili powder on the chicken legs with your right hand, and prepare a stainless steel bowl with your left hand to hold the chicken legs. Staring askance at Zhou Hua, starting to search for opportunities. In line of sight, Zhou Hua got closer and closer, and his hand reached into his waist. Just as he was about to take out his pistol, his brow furrowed. I immediately felt a tumultuous sensation in my stomach, and I felt nauseous to the point of vomiting. Feeling the discomfort emanating from his stomach, Zhou Hua reflexively reached out and covered his stomach. The whole person also had a slight bow. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. As soon as I looked up, I saw the boss fighting. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Good opportunity. Seeing Zhou Hua bending down and rubbing his stomach, Su Chen's eyes lit up. Guess it worked. Just like rehearsing countless times in my mind, loudly call Zhou Hua by his first name. Zhou Hua. When Zhou Hua looked up at himself in confusion, lift up the chili noodles with your right hand and sprinkle them on top. In an instant, Zhou Hua's hand shifted from his belly to his eyes, with both hands constantly covering their eyes. They screamed in agony. Seeing this scene, without any hesitation, Chen picked up a stainless steel basin and threw it at Zhou Hua's head. Bang! As the head chef of a state banquet, Chen's physical fitness is excellent from a young age. The strength is so great that the stainless steel basin has deformed. Zhou Hua is also a bit shaky. I don't know where to hold my hands. Cover your head, stomach, and eyes. Looking at Zhou Hua still standing in place, Chen did not hesitate at all, fully aware of the principle of either not taking action or being ruthless when taking action, picking up the stainless steel basin and continuing to smash it. Bang bang bang. After 3 sounds, the pots were all dried and damaged. Zhou Hua also collapsed to the ground, vomiting heavily. Tears streamed wildly in my eyes. This is the normal reaction of chili peppers after entering the eyes, between mild spicy, medium spicy, and extra spicy. Chen chose abnormal spicy. The act of taking action is called merciless. After all, this person in front of me is an A-level wanted criminal, drug trafficking, drug use, assaulting police officers, gun seizure, murder. Together, it is unforgivable, and even killing his wife and children. Such people have no human nature at all. If you show mercy, then if you don't control the person and stand up with a gun to resist, isn't it that you and the people around you become targets? This distance is clearly within 7 steps. Shooting a handgun is fast and accurate. Moreover, this dog just wanted to snatch himself, even holding himself hostage with a gun. Thinking of the weapon on Zhou Hua's body, Chen flipped over and stepped forward, riding on Zhou Hua, who had almost no resistance. He lifted the kettle and continued to smash it. After confirming that Zhou Hua had no resistance at all, it was only then that he began to constantly grope around his waist. The scene of Chen violently hitting Zhou Hua stunned the surrounding diners. Ward Fa, what's going on? Beating so hard, eating a king's meal. No, that old man may look a bit unattractive when eating, but he gave money before eating. Did you give me money? Are you still fighting like this? I've even vomited after being beaten by someone. Seeing my brother cry, tears are streaming down my face. I don't know, I'm also confused. Just now, the vendor politely brought water to the uncle and turned his head, beating him to death. Flipping your face so quickly. Have you learned how to change your face in Sichuan province? The vendor looks handsome, with a harmless expression on his face. He didn't expect it to be so ruthless. Shouldn't it be a mental illness? I guess it's really a mental illness. Look, the vendor's big man is still touching someone else's waist. Alarm alarm. For a moment, the crowd was enraged. There are those who shoot videos, those who call 110, and those who stand still and morally condemn. Even the gentle and weak Zhang Qi stood up and began to persuade Chen. Boss Su, please calm down. No matter what stimulation you have received, uncle is innocent. You're in a hurry to surrender while you haven't killed anyone yet, he said. Chen ignored it and didn't even say a word. In this situation, explaining it is also a waste of words. Anyway, the police are about to arrive. A pair of big hands swam around, and Chen had already touched the specific location of the pistol, stuck on the pants below the right waist. Feeling the tough texture, Chen reached out and touched it inside. Seeing this scene, the diners were bewildered. The boy's brain crashed, his eyes widened, and he stood still. The girl's pretty face turned red and she cursed perverts in secret. While cursing and secretly peeking through my eyes, a few elderly people quickly covered the child's eyes and covered their chest, scolding Chen fiercely. 2 big men, doing such a thing on the street is simply immoral. Disgusting of morals, extremely vicious, refined and despicable. When he was at the end of his words, he heavily hammered his cane to the ground. Just as everyone was attacking Chen and reporting to the police with their phones, a few plainclothes police officers who were close rushed over and immediately surrounded the snack truck. When they saw it, the surrounding diners thought that a few passers-by who had seen injustice had arrived, praising several plainclothes police officers relentlessly, both inside and outside the words, they are passionate. Young men who are chivalrous and righteous, compared to thumbs up. A few plainclothes officers subdued Chen and handed him over to the police station. Faced with the demands of the masses, several plainclothes police officers did not listen and did not have time to present their police certificates to explain. Their task is very clear: as long as there is an opportunity, they must subdue Zhou Hua as soon as possible. After all, this criminal has a gun on his body. 1 second later, a bullet may be fired from the gun. Thinking of this, the footsteps of several plainclothes accelerated even faster. When they arrived in front of Chen and were ready to help, Cold Beating saw Zhou Hua riding under Chen. Instantly, the pupils contract slightly. The shock in my eyes couldn't stop. What is the situation? Elementary school brother is so fierce. This guy is an A-level wanted criminal. Was he beaten up like this? Decades old, just like Meng Jiangnu crying over the Great Wall. Tears flowed down her face. Immediately, a few plainclothes police officers had a look of joy in their eyes again. That's how it should be fought. My wife and children can kill anyone they want. When taking the car, the family of 3 went home to reunite, but he also silenced them, and he's also a drug dealer. On this land, many predecessors have sacrificed themselves in the fight against drugs, so, if someone like Zhou Hua really doesn't get hurt and gets caught, I can't even bear to watch it myself. Unfortunately, as a police officer, I have to abide by discipline. When the criminals lack resistance, they cannot continue to attack, otherwise, we'll have to keep up and fight against each other. In thought, a few plainclothes seem to have thought of something. After a glance at each other, take out the tiger belt and show a friendly smile to Chen. Jr., the criminals are struggling very hard. Let the senior help you. After speaking, he gathered around with a serious expression on his face, picking out Zhou Hua's most sensitive spot and smashing it down. The technique is quite professional. While making Zhou Hua suffer from pain, he won't suffer too much harm. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge. Activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 7. Elementary School Brother, this is about to take off. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Upon hearing Zhou Hua's mournful cries, let's take a look at a few plainclothes police officers who are taking action. The onlookers standing around are a bit confused about the situation. My eyes are full of confusion. Isn't it the passionate young man who came to help? Why did you also follow up and ride on my brother? Are you still saying you struggle hard? Isn't this lying when you open your eyes? This guy hasn't struggled since the beginning. The vendor was holding a basin and pounding it a few times, directly flipping it to the ground. Poor old man, such a strong person. My wife and children died without crying. I didn't feel tired after running 3,000 kilometers in 5 days. I didn't complain about going to work in a foreign country during the holidays. I just want to have a full meal before going abroad. Without warning, he was driven crazy by the boss and was beaten up. The one crying is called a heart-wrenching, lung-wrenching. When everyone was puzzled, dozens of police cars stormed into Nanxiang Snack Street. After the car comes to a stop, hundreds of armed special police officers came down with a clatter. With a simple sound, they surrounded the snack truck. Watching this scene, the crowd was a bit confused. What's going on? A police call in 3 minutes. Fishing enforcement. 123, oh my goodness, there are over 280 special police officers. Is this stall the main culprit? Isn't it right, sir? It's just hitting people. Why are there so many police officers? Last time I saw someone fighting in a group, it was just 3 police cars that arrived. It's abnormal, it's too abnormal. Boss Su must have hit some amazing big shot. As everyone began to doubt and stir up, at this moment, the members of the task force walked down, led by Zhang Huimin. 2 bars, 3 stars, first-class police officer, Kunming City Criminal Police Captain, who has been a police officer for more than 10 years, has countless criminals falling into his hands. He is the most likely candidate to become the next deputy director of the Kunming City Police Bureau. Just 1 step away, the rank of police officer changed from 2 bars to a silver olive branch. Upon seeing it, the knowledgeable masses were immediately overjoyed. as if finding someone who can uphold justice for them, immediately let out a cry of surprise. "Captain Zhang, you've come to terms with it. Take care of it, this boss is almost killing people." "Yeah, his elder brother is so pitiful, he was beaten to tears, it's too cruel. I can testify that this little boss not only assaults people, but also molests them and touches their brothers everywhere. And those few people are also arrested, they are accomplices." A group of people said. I instantly covered my mouth. There was a hint of fear in his eyes. In sight, Chen is holding a gun in his hand. He has a gun. I'm so lucky I didn't go and act bravely just now. I just said there's a problem with this vendor, he's definitely a terrorist. At this moment, Zhang Huaimin also saw Chen and walked over, carefully examining her. Chen is 1.85 meters tall and has a handsome appearance, the figure is well proportioned, and the overall temperament looks very sunny, plus the police gun in hand. It looks like the police force star in the Hong Kong Provincial Police Force promotional video. Zhang Huaimin couldn't help but sigh. He's a good guy named Chen, right? He did a good job this time. In my freshman year, I was so powerful, brave and scheming, and I deceived the criminals until the police arrived. Also assisting plainclothes police in arresting Zhou Hua. After this case is closed, you won't miss a second-class merit. Upon hearing these words, Chen had not said anything yet. A few plainclothes pressed Zhou Hua over and quickly waved their hands. "Captain Zhang, Zhou Hua was caught by his junior brother alone, and we didn't put in any effort." When he arrived, Zhou Hua had already been beaten by his junior brother and had no resistance left. Did Chen catch it alone? Looking at a few plainclothes police officers, then at Zhou Hua, whose eyes were red and swollen, and he vomited all over the ground like a tearful person, Zhang Huaimin was momentarily stunned. "Is this product Zhou Hua? My nose is blue and my face is swollen, and I have 2 big bumps on my head. A-level wanted criminal, beaten up like this by a student." Zhang Huaimin was a bit shocked. Start looking at Chen again. The kind and harmless appearance on his face doesn't seem like a person who can solve a wanted criminal alone, but they did indeed do it. This kind of achievement, looking at police academy students across the country, they are also first class individuals. Those who can catch A-level wanted criminals are older than him. Those who are younger than him have the ability. Even if it's oneself, one can be considered one of the best police officers of the same age. The first time I arrested an A-level wanted criminal was at the age of 25, but as for others, they just turned 18 and just came out to set up a stall and got their first class skills. For a moment, Zhang Huaimin couldn't help but admire. "Elementary school brother, I will retract the sentence I just said and verify it when I go back. If the situation is true, you won't be able to achieve a first-class merit. When the time comes, the reward will also be yours. You can apply for a work injury bank card in advance." Upon hearing Zhang Huaimin's words, Chen had not yet answered. The 2 plainclothes police officers on the side widened their eyes. "Sleeping in the trough, first-class merit." Looking at Chen, there was a strong envy in his eyes. This is first-class merit. Many police officers, not to mention first-class merit, even if they receive third-class merit, they may not receive one in their lifetime, and this junior, when he came out of his freshman year and set up a stall, he would get his credit as soon as he got it. What does this mean? This means that this elementary school student can basically walk horizontally in school. National award, outstanding graduates, all hands are soft, not to mention that, after graduation, after passing the exam and entering the police force system, that's the real takeoff. As long as you don't take pride in yourself and go crazy, various police stations are rushing to demand it, and even the old police officers are rushing to become masters. After all, as long as they are human, they all have vanity. When each director goes to a meeting, they can directly show off to their colleagues. Just that freshman uniform A-level wanted criminal, Chen, who achieved first-class merit, do you know him? In our office. You know Chen, the one who got first-class merit at the age of 18, my disciple. These 2 words come out, that is rocket. A group of police officers nearby are almost turning into lemons. The whole person is extremely sour. but it's just pure envy. No one is jealous, after all, they have this strength. If it were an ordinary person, who could easily subdue an A-level wanted criminal with a gun. Thinking of this, two plainclothes looked at Su Chen with curiosity. Junior brother, can you tell us how to subdue Zhou Hua? You don't know, the gun in his hand has killed several people. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. Apologize to Boss Su tomorrow. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zhang Huaimin, who was standing beside him, also became interested and listened to it with his ears tilted. Every A-level wanted criminal is a ruthless and ruthless person. Zhou Hua is even more extraordinary. 5 days and 5 nights, we broke through more than 10 police checkpoints. There is something on my body to some extent. How could such a person be subdued by the elementary school student in front of them? Besides, he still has a gun on him. Su Chen looked at everyone turning their attention to him and smiled awkwardly. Holding chrysanthemum tea and chili powder, he pointed to the chicken legs on the snack stand and said, "Actually, it depends on these few things. People who have been hungry know that if they haven't eaten for a few days, suddenly overeating and drinking can harm the stomach wall and cause diarrhea. In addition, I like to think about some delicious food in my daily life. In the health culture left by our ancestors, there is a theory of food balance. Chicken legs are warm, while chrysanthemums are cool. It's okay for the two to eat less on a regular basis. But if you eat too much, it can easily cause symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. If Zhou Hua eats 20 in a row, the symptoms will become more pronounced." I took advantage of Zhou Hua's weakness and sprinkled some chili powder in his eyes, then knocked him down and took his gun. After Su Chen finished speaking, he reluctantly handed over a handgun filled with metallic texture. "That's this gun." Zhang Huaimin took the pistol, habitually removed the magazine and checked it, and immediately burst into a cold sweat. There are still 3 bullets in the gun. It's too scary. With the density of the surrounding crowd, there are at least 3 lives to be saved. When looking at Su Chen again, there was an uncontrollable approval in his eyes. Faced with criminals, bold and meticulous, calm and composed, be able to actively seek out all the tools available around you. This is simply a natural talent for becoming a police officer. When he graduates, he can be trained in the team for a while and become another rising star in the police force. Zhang Huaimin thought of this and even spoke in a slightly gentle tone, whispering softly to Su Chen. He said, "Elementary school brother, it's getting late too. Zhou Hua's case must be closed as soon as possible. How about you come back with us to make a record? I'll send someone to take you back." Then upon hearing Zhang Huaimin's words, Su Chen was about to agree when he remembered the snack cart and hesitated a bit. "I prepared 200 chicken legs today, but due to Zhou Hua's situation, only 30 have been sold so far, the remaining 170, he doesn't really want to sell them tomorrow. After all, they are all pre-marinated, which can affect the taste if left for a long time, but they cannot be discarded casually. One reason is that I am very short of money. Secondly, as a state banquet chef, I do not allow such incidents to occur." Zhang Huaimin on the side also realized the problem when he saw Su Chen staring at the snack truck without speaking. Glancing at the hungry colleagues around him, he immediately waved his hand. "Elementary school brother, look, we haven't had dinner yet. I'll take the remaining chicken legs and ask your senior brother to help ride the snack bike to the police station. How about you come back with me to finish the transcript and bake in the yard of the police station? I have no problem." Faced with this win-win suggestion, Su Chen nodded. Then he got into Zhang Huaimin's police car and drove towards the direction of the police station. The remaining police are responsible for handling the aftermath, evacuating crowds, and comforting the public. At this moment, under the explanation of the police, the surrounding diners realized that they had wrongly blamed Su Chen. At the same time, after knowing Zhou Hua's identity, they were too scared to say anything. "If I were to report Su Chen, I got stuck in my throat and couldn't say it for a long time." For a long time, one by one, with lingering palpitations, squatted on the roadside, panting heavily. I'm really a bastard. If it were Mr. Su, he might have died today, but I still scolded him. Then I should be the son of a turtle. Just now, I was the one who scolded Boss Su the most. I'm really not a good person. I just scolded Boss Su for being abnormal, so I'm really a turtle grandson. Now I realize that Mr. Su's touch on someone is not indecent, but a search for a gun. The thought of that gun killing several people makes my legs weak. Brother, you're feeling better with your weak legs. I'm about to pee in my pants. I just wanted to stop Boss Su, but luckily I didn't go. By then, I'll be breaking the law and losing my life. We must apologize well tomorrow and buy a few more flags. Yes, I must apologize to Mr. Su tomorrow. Whoever wants to talk about Mr. Su again in the future, who am I in a hurry with? A group of people spoke and crossed their shoulders, supporting each other as they walked towards the distance. Just now, several elderly people who were cursing at Su Chen had already shifted their hands from the child's face to their pockets, taking out a bottle of quick-acting heart-saving pills. I shuddered and took 2 of them. It's too scary, it's too scary, the murderer is actually around. My wife and children were killed by themselves. I rushed to avoid the police. Going to work in Thailand is actually illegal immigration. This kind of desperado, even talking to him on his own, is simply a bastard. Think about Mr. Xiao Su, who is young, fearless of danger, and brave enough to fight criminals, betrayed his life to arrest the murderer, so that everyone could escape death. And what did he do with his old bones? I didn't say anything wrong. The good person. What is the difference between this behavior and being ruthless and aiding the tyrant in his tyranny? If today, due to my anger and dissuasion at the time, it really distracted Boss Xiao Su and allowed the criminals to find an opportunity to run away, then I am truly a sinner. Fortunately, Boss Xiao Su had a firm will and a strong mentality, and under pressure, he subdued the criminals. Otherwise, what if the criminals kill themselves in order to run away and put pressure on the police? What should we do if we kill our grandchildren? Others dare to kill even their wives and children. It's not easy to kill some passers-by. Thinking of this, the old man took another quick-acting heart-saving pill and praised Su Chen. Thanks to Mr. Xiao Su tonight, Boss Xiao Su is really a lifesaver, brave and outstanding, talented and capable, with both moral and professional qualities. When the words were exhausted, several elderly people even stomped their feet fiercely. At first, my family was poor and didn't have enough money to go to school. Now, I can't even praise my benefactor for saving my life, but fortunately, I didn't go to school and have grandchildren. Thinking of this, several elderly people looked at the children beside them. I saw all the children holding their phones, playing non-stop in the library. Seeing this scene, he immediately snatched away his phone, stopped playing and come home with grandpa to study. On the other hand, after Su Chen arrived at the police station, because the snack truck is relatively slow, I followed Zhang Huaimin to take notes first, accompanying Zhang Qi and her best friend, because they queue up at the front, have talked to Zhou Hua, and almost delivered water to Zhou Hua, so they also need to make a record. At the same time, they also have to be provided with a 1-week psychological counseling program by a psychologist from the police station. Line up next to the A.level wanted criminal, talking back to an A.level wanted criminal, chat with A.level wanted criminal. I have to go and deliver water to the A.level wanted criminal. After a set of operations, after understanding Zhou Hua's true identity, their mentality exploded directly. I almost lost my life. The boss of the other party acted bravely and thought he was a thug, urging him to surrender. On the other hand, he sympathized with a wanted criminal and wanted to comfort others. This is really an old birthday star who eats arsenic and thinks his life is long. At the thought of passing by the Grim Reaper, the rosy faces of the 2 girls turned pale in an instant. They cried uncontrollably at the scene, and their legs became weak in fear. Several female police officers took turns on the road, comforting them for a long time but to no avail. Just as I got off the police car and apologized while holding Su Chen, I couldn't stand still and knelt directly in front of Su Chen. The police officers who were on duty at the police station thought it was Su Chen who abandoned 2 girls. Later, the parents of the 2 girls ran to the station and thanked Su Chen. For a long time, it's about giving red envelopes and making an appointment to treat guests to a meal. In the end, they almost treated Chen as their son. In law, after a heated argument, the police on guard finally understood what had happened. In the office of the Municipal Criminal Police Force, the police officers are manipulating the camera. Under normal circumstances, witness transcripts do not require cameras, and most of them are monitored by the recording room, but Zhou Hua's case is quite special, and all relevant information must be treated strictly. Zhang Huaimin sat at his desk, poured Chen a cup of tea. I just talked to Chen all the way, and he likes this elementary school younger brother more and more. He is clever and calm, he is also very down to earth and eager to learn. Their police academy counselor actually took a serious look at all the wanted criminal photos posted in the group. Just now, I picked out a few photos myself and tested him. As a result, he only glanced at the criminal and knew who it was. You've seen too much detail. With this attitude, this kid will graduate in the future. Which police officer would be happy to be his master? Thinking of this, Zhang Huaimin smiled and looked at Chen. Junior brother, let's enter the bureau for the first time. Don't be nervous, let's go through a process and explain the process later. The director is also on his way here. Show him the transcript, mainly to understand the situation. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 9. Shocked City Bureau Director, just freshman. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chen looked at the surroundings and awkwardly scratched her head with a smile. He doesn't feel nervous now. For him, he has not yet subdued a level wanted criminal Zhou Hua's nervousness. It can be said that it is a moment of life and death. There was a slight mistake. I guess tonight won't end so easily. Entering the bureau now feels like going home, but on the contrary, there is an extra sense of security in my heart. After all, the person standing guard at the entrance is the senior. And the person manipulating the camera is also the senior. Even the captain of the criminal police in front of him is his senior, and he has been very kind to him all the way. Isn't it just like going home? Chen thought of this and relaxed, politely took a sip of tea and began to ask and answer Zhang Huaimin. Not long after finishing the transcript, there was a knocking sound at the office door. A police officer dressed in white walked in. Upon seeing the scene inside the house, I was momentarily taken aback, then rubbed my eyes and glanced at the door, murmuring to oneself. Old Zhang is actually drinking tea. And still laughing. You should know that this captain of the criminal police has been strict with his words and smiles in the police station for over 10 years. He is swift and decisive in his work, and his temper is also quite hot. He keeps a straight face every day. Every day we are either catching criminals or on the road of catching criminals, fearing to waste some time, but now what does he see? He actually saw Zhang Huaimin chatting with a young man with a smile on his face, even leisurely drinking tea, not working anymore. Not handling the case anymore. Where did that workaholic go? Director Li Weiguo was a bit confused about the situation, walked up to ask, Lao Zhang, why are you so happy chatting? Seeing Li Weiguo coming, Zhang Huaimin also stood up and introduced Chen with a smile. Junior brother, this is Director Li Weiguo of our city bureau. After the introduction, he said to Li Weiguo. Director Li, this is Chen, the younger brother of Chen, who was the biggest contributor to capturing Zhou Hua. The entire arrest process was almost completed by the elementary school brother alone. He's alone. Li Weiguo widened his eyes. When he came, he only had a brief understanding of the situation and didn't know much. I only know that a freshman student from the police academy set up a stall on vacation, recognized the wanted criminal among the customers, and contacted the counselor to report to the police. He thought Zhou Hua was caught by the criminal investigation team. It's unbelievable. It would be great if a student could recognize a wanted criminal. I didn't expect to be able to catch it, and it was caught by my own efforts. How did you catch it? Show me the transcript. Li Weiguo was a bit curious and took the notebook to carefully read it. The more you look, the more shocked your eyes become. This student is a bit complicated, brave and strategic, bold and meticulous, and has a just personality. The most crucial thing is that he also loves learning too much. It is customary to post wanted criminal photos in the police academy class group, and many students just casually take a glance to complete the task, but he really looked and even looked very carefully. The senior police officers gave lectures at the police academy to teach their experience of facing enemies, and many students only took notes and threw them aside after finishing, but he really learned and even used it in practice. Talented, willing to learn, with a stable mindset, this is definitely a good opportunity to become a police officer. Now he knew why the captain of the criminal investigation team changed his usual aggressive style today and happily drank tea and chatted in the office. It turns out that I have encountered excellent younger generations. The police are like this. The more they see successors and excellent fresh blood in the police force, the happier they will be. After all, there are younger generations who can inherit their careers, continue to protect this land, and retire with peace of mind. The better the police, the more so, especially in Kunming City, as the capital of the border province, the pressure on the police force is very high. Criminals are all extremely vicious individuals. This also means that there is a higher demand for the professional quality of police officers. Excellent police officers are even more scarce. At this moment, Li Weiguo's heart rose with a love for talent and a desire to recruit. When looking at Su Chen again, there was also a sense of warmth in his eyes. Su Chen, right. What are your plans after graduation? If there is no clear intention, you can come to our Kunming City Bureau to try. Su Chen. Upon hearing these words, Su Chen was also taken aback. I never expected that when the director of the municipal bureau asked such a question. Before I even had a day in college, I started asking myself what my plans were after graduation. Besides, I am only a freshman now, and there are still 4 years left until graduation. I won't let myself graduate early, will I? Su Chen was still in a daze, and the police officer playing with the camera next to him almost exclaimed in surprise, "People are really more popular than people." Elementary school younger brother has just entered school for less than a year, the director personally recruited. What concept is this? Just by passing the exam after graduation, you can directly enter the city bureau, taught by countless experienced seniors. When the time comes, we will rise steadily and steadily. Sour. It's simply too sour. The police officer who played with the camera was envious and twitched his teeth. Think about yourself. After graduating from the police academy and passing the exam, I was assigned to a police station, do some trivial things every day. After 3 years of hard work, it took a full 6 years to enter the municipal bureau, but for others, their debut is at its peak. But I can't envy this kind of thing. After all, A-level wanted criminals are not so easy to catch. Many police officers may never see it in their lifetime. I see it, but it may not be entirely possible to catch it. This time, my elementary school younger brother was lucky enough to meet someone, and they really had the ability to catch him. The pistol found after catching it, along with 3 bullets, they are also risking their lives in gambling. Thinking of this, the police officer silently put away the camera and looked at the 3 people in front of him. At this moment, Zhang Huaimin also realized that Li Bureau was pulling people for the municipal bureau in advance. He is the captain of the city criminal police, and someone has already been sent to talk to him. In a while, he will take up the position of deputy director, in charge of the criminal investigation department. If Su Chen continued to work hard with this diligence and talent, and graduated to join the city criminal police team, his burden would also be much smaller. Zhang Huaimin's smile was even stronger. Just as he was about to follow suit and persuade, his phone called. After taking over, he looked at Li Weiguo with a serious expression and said, "Li Ju, Zhou Hua's injuries have been cleared and he has now been sent to the interrogation room. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 10. Classmates confused, police officers queuing up to buy snacks. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sent to the interrogation room. Li Weiguo put away his smile and glanced at the time. Before 10 o'clock, for criminals like Zhou Hua with conclusive evidence, if they work overtime, they should be able to finish the trial tonight and the case can be closed tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, they can be sent to the procuratorate for trial, and the death penalty will be carried out in one go, which is fast and not negotiable, to deliver a satisfactory answer to superiors, the masses, and society. After thinking of this, Li Weiguo waved his hand. Lao Zhang, please work hard. Let's work overtime. I'll order takeout and treat everyone to a late-night snack. Li Ju, you don't need to order takeout. After hearing this, Zhang Huaimin smiled and pointed to Su Chen, saying, My elementary school younger brother took a part-time job setting up a stall during his vacation. He set up a snack stand and today he sells chicken legs. There are still about 100 left, I have packed them all. The snack truck is parked in our police compound. Upon hearing this, Li Weiguo was overjoyed. How could I forget about this? Zhou Hua ate 20 at his stall, the taste should be good, right? Su Chen, how much does it cost in total? Let's add a WeChat account and I'll transfer the money to you. 59.50, Su Chen answered honestly, 59.50. No problem. Li Weiguo had a slight toothache, but he still paid the money happily. I turned around and sent my wife a WeChat message. Wife, the bureau just caught a wanted criminal. My colleagues are working overtime, and I spent 7,000 yuan treating everyone to a late-night snack. All the money I have on me has been used up. Can you give me some more support? After sending the message, he put away his phone and pointed to the little police officer beside him. Take Su Chen to the police station for a walk, and then go downstairs to say hello. Just say what I said. Let Su Chen set up a stall in the police compound. After saying that, he greeted Su Chen and followed Zhang Huaimin one by one towards the interrogation room. After seeing two people walk out, the little police officer who had just dared not speak suddenly breathed a sigh of relief, instantly revealing his true nature. Like a chatterbox, he enthusiastically led Su Chen downstairs, while walking, constantly sighing, Junior, you're too awesome. You don't know, as the captain of our criminal investigation team, we are usually as strict as others, and we don't speak or laugh every day. I've been here for almost half a year now, and it's the first time I've seen him smile, and he still smiles so gently. Also, the director personally invited you. As soon as you graduate, you will probably be able to join the city bureau. The starting point is much higher than ours, and our future achievements will definitely be good. As they spoke, the two of them arrived at the police station compound. The yard is filled with police cars and motorcycles. In the middle position, Su Chen's snack cart is parked. A group of police officers were gathered around to watch the excitement. Snack truck. I'm dizzy. When did our police station change its urban management? This is not the Urban Management Bureau. How could there be a snack truck? You don't know that, right? This snack cart is one of the heroes who captured Zhou Hua. That A-level wanted criminal. Interesting, please elaborate on it. This car belongs to an elementary school student at the police academy, and we have to start talking about it 2 hours ago. Good guy. Upon hearing the introduction of a colleague who understood the inside story, the surrounding police suddenly became calm. A sour smell permeated the entire police station. The A-level wanted criminal was arrested because of greed. Where can we reason about this? At this moment, a sharp-eyed police officer discovered Su Chen, quickly gave way and pushed the snack cart out. Junior, you've come to terms with it. Can you see if there's anything missing? Su Chen glanced at it and found that the ingredients were still there. Nodding, he said. Director Li said that everyone worked hard overtime and bought chicken legs for everyone. Now they are queuing up to collect them. There's a late-night snack. The director is really good. The crowd erupted in cheers, and it was rare to have a hot meal during overtime. In an instant, the surrounding police formed a line. Upon seeing this, Su Chen took out charcoal and put it on the grill, throwing out an igniter. Little sparks began to rise. Feeling the temperature inside the grill, Su Chen took out her phone and started playing. In the autumn group, I don't know when, the news has piled up to 999 plus. Strange, why so much news? Chen opened the chat interface, and her phone was about to explode. Chen, I heard there was an accident at Nanxiang Snack Street. Are you okay? What's the current situation over there? Chen, I saw online that there was a vendor in Nanxiang Snack Street who subdued wanted criminals with bare hands and brought in hundreds of special police officers. Is that true? I've also heard that he's said to be a college student. He's really amazing. He's an A-level wanted criminal and deserves first-class merit. Chen, you're also setting up a stall over there. What's the situation over there now? Looking at the constantly flashing news, Chen replied, it's true, but what's going on over there now? I don't know, I'm not at Nanxiang Snack Street. Not in Nanxiang Snack Street. Where are you then? At the police station, Chen returned, police station. Chen, why did you enter the station? Did you commit a crime? Chen, is the problem big or not? Do you need to find a counselor? Chen, you can't be that vendor, can you? How could it be? Don't joke. Seeing her classmates constantly asking, Chen was not sure if she could say anything, then he casually replied. Setting up a stall at the police station. After speaking, I took a photo and went over. The classmates in the group were just about to ask Chen not to joke. Lin Buting saw a photo and also had some doubts. It can't be true, can it? Thinking of this, one by one curiously opened it and looked at it. At the moment the photo was loaded, the entire group fell silent, just like setting a ban. No one speaks. Then, the group exploded. Wachow, Chen, Gu, are you really setting up a stall in the police station courtyard? Gu, the person in front of you who is queuing up is a third-level police inspector. There are several police officers behind him. I'm really impressed. If the wall doesn't even accept it, I'll accept you. Chen, you're really a up host who has turned 6 times, it's simply ridiculous. Chen, these are all connections. You haven't graduated yet, and the police station is full of acquaintances. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.